Hey everybody, Chad here, out taking a walk in the neighborhood. Couldn't sit any longer. But I want to talk to you about a couple things, mainly about, when you're an entrepreneur, you have to treat your business just like you are working a job. You know what I mean? You have to hold yourself accountable, especially what I'm talking about for me is breaks and break time. If you like me a little bit, but when you have a job, dude, you want your breaks. I don't know. I want my breaks. I'm not going to sit there and work for 4 hours nonstop with no break. And that's been, dude, dented in labor laws and everything else. I mean, you should get a break every hour. Get up, walk around, stretch, get away from it. Taking lunch, no matter if you get a half hour, an hour. I'm really more pressing an hour. When I went back taking 30-minute lunches, I was like, holy hell, like how can you go buy food and have time to eat rather than but the biggest thing what I see is, as an entrepreneur, something I struggle with is I'm really into what I'm doing because it's my stuff. You know what I mean? I'm doing stuff that I enjoy, I like. Every time I wake up, I'm always moving towards something in the day that I want to do. If I don't feel like doing it, I don't do it. It will eventually get done, but I just don't do it. Now, don't take what I'm saying the wrong way. Like, if I'm working on my website, page, landing page, and it needs to be done because it's a live website, of course I'm going to sit down and finish it and get it done. But for the most part, I'm going to work within what I feel like doing that day because I'm going to get a lot more done. Now, with that comes kind of my thought of today is why I'm taking a walk, because I can sit there for hours and work on my stuff and not take breaks and just sit there and stare at the computer until I get a headache or my eyes hurt or my back hurts because I've been working too long. I'm here, I have to run across the street. There we go. I have to remember while I'm walking. I'm walking to the park and I'm gonna get lost. But anyway, that's something I struggle with because when I'm really into what I'm doing, I just get lost in it. And I'm not taking breaks. I'm not taking 15-minute breaks. I'm not really taking lunches. I just go make myself a smoothie and come back and eat in front of the computer. As an entrepreneur, these are so unhealthy habits, bottom line. And this is something that you would never do if you have a normal job. Of course, people have a job and they don't take their breaks like they should, or your bosses are strict with it. Eventually they'll just get sued and they'll be forced to do the right thing. But for most of us, if you have a job, you're going to want your breaks, you're going to want your lunch, or you're just going to look for a new job. But what's important as an entrepreneur, I know I'm kind of talking in circles here, but what's important for me anyway is we have to take breaks. We have to recoup. Okay, there's no sense of getting burned out. It's way better to be consistent and persistent over a period of time. And me being persistent, consistent every day or 5 days a week, rather than work myself to death for 3 or 4 months and then I don't want to do anything. And I'll let the business crash and so forth and so forth. So for me, that's kind of what I kind of been struggling with lately, just in case you want to know. Especially, it's the pandemic and COVID and stuff like that, where nobody thought it was going to last a year later. Nobody thought it was going to last a year. So, you get cooped up or you're not going anywhere. My normal schedule used to be, like, if I worked from home, I would work from home a couple hours. Then I would actually go to, like, a Starbucks or a Coffee Bean or a coffee shop. And I would work a couple hours there too, and drink a coffee or caramel macchiato, something very unhealthy I shouldn't drink. And then I would work a couple hours there. Then I would get tired being there. Then I would, come back home and regroup and, work a couple more hours. So I was always bouncing around. So then when COVID hit, Pandemic hit, you know, I can't really do that. So I'm kind of stuck at home. But now I'm kind of regrouping, just because, you know, getting out, getting some sun, walking around, you know, taking more breaks, walking away from it. And it's a challenge for me